Issa, girl, we need an hour. 30 minutes is not enough. What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in. A new show, a new day, Insecure. Now, this is season 4. It has been a while since season 3. This is one of my favorite shows. It has been since the beginning, and I'm excited to talk about it. There is a lot to discuss. Last season, I was a little underwhelmed, but this season, we back, and it's already out to a great start. But before we get started, make sure you go down there and you comment and subscribe and like. Show me all the love. In this episode, in episode 1 of season 4, we're introduced to Issa. Issa, we know last season she is still the apartment manager of the property, and she's moving forward within her career. You know, she's looking at exploring new options with this charity, and we pick up with this episode finding out that her and Molly are beefing. There's an issue, apparently. I guess they're not friends. Now, this is not the first time that they have fallen out. We have seen them fall out numerous amount of times. They have many different disagreements throughout the 4th season. So this time, we don't know what happened, but obviously, we're going to find out as we get through the season. In this episode, Issa's there, and it starts off with her and Molly. Molly are doing their little yoga session, smoking weed, you know, typical LA life. The two go shopping, and it seems like Issa, you know, she's got her groove back. She's trying to, you know, dress up her image, give herself a nice appearance. But she seems to be the girl that buys the clothes and takes them back. Obviously, if that works for Issa, it works. But at least she's able to glow up and look the part that she wants to look. Shout out to Security Bag, a.k.a. Issa's little boo. Or not so little boo. He's a big guy, but he was putting it down. And it looks like Issa is staying afloat. She's keeping the juices running, as she always does. And I think he's fun. And he may not be a bae or something serious, but at least it looks like Issa's having fun. The good thing about him, honey, is that he works at TSA. He brings home Hennessy. So I think he a keeper. We move into the next scene where she is working with Condola, who we were introduced to last season. And that's my girl. She's also in 20s as Marie, so I really enjoy her character in that. And it seems like I'll like her in this one too. Apparently, Issa and Condola are working together for an upcoming event. And in the midst of conversation, Tiffany, they're all there, and they're talking about Condola's new love interest. Now, of course, you know, she's talking all about it, and her and Condola talked about it in a previous scene. But in this scene, Issa finds out that Condola is dating Lawrence. Okay, bitch, like, gag boots. Now, of course, Lawrence is the one that she just cannot let go. That's just what it is. And it's unfortunate. Now, Tiffany, obviously, she says she didn't know. But she was kind of like, are you talking about that one guy that you said was nothing? Okay, Tiffany, this is where you're wrong, because you should have told Issa, your good best friend, Judy, whatever, that this is that one. You should have told her then that this girl was possibly entertaining her ex. I don't care how much they are removed from each other. Tiffany should have told her. She didn't tell her. And Issa, you know, in that moment, she looking at her like, okay. And Issa and the girl, Condola, they kind of play it off. Now, obviously, this is very uncomfortable for both of the girls. And they're both kind of like, okay, like, how we going to maintain this, you know, this business partnership, you know, with us having a mutual person in common. Condola goes home and she talks to Lawrence about it. And she seems pretty bothered by it now. Usually, I mean, honestly, I would expect her to be like, oh, okay, but to me, that kind of alludes that Condola looks at Issa as a good person and, you know, actually shows value in trying to work with her. So obviously, you know, she's uncomfortable, which, like I said, I was surprised. Lawrence is trying to downplay it. It was like, yeah, we've been together for 5 years. That's a long time, Lawrence, honey. I mean, I'm just saying anything over a year is a long time. So, of course, she feels a way about it. Now, moving forward, Molly is dating the guy from last season, the Asian guy. And things seem to be going cool. Like, they're dating, they're going bowling, they're doing all these things. And it seems like, Molly has finally got her groove back. We have learned that Molly needs a man. She likes to have a man around. This one she seems to really like. Now, I think in the show they're trying to portray that she doesn't, but I get that she really likes him. I got that from the beginning. And we also saw last season, Issa's event is happening. And one thing about Issa's event is that Issa kind of downplayed it to the people. She gave everyone all these mixed signals about what the event was actually about. And I think she did that because it seemed like she was ashamed, of one, maybe having it in the neighborhood. Like she didn't even really tell some of the tenants that she was having the event. And that is, that's an example. We see it a lot. We have like certain events and then we don't want to invite certain people, our certain friends, whatever, because we feel like they're going to come in and ratchet it up. And I think that's what Issa was coming from, especially with this charity being so close to home, something she was really passionate about. Now, the event started off cool. You had Kelly over there making drinks. Kelly is hilarious. And I really like Kelly. I really wish they would expand on Kelly more, her character. But, I guess she's just going to be that friend that make us laugh here and there. That's her role. Tiffany, who's there, and Tiffany's trying to explain herself, make herself look pretty, innocent. But I don't think she's innocent. I think she should have told Issa. And then on the way to the event, you have Molly and her new boo. Now, in the car, she finds out that he is obviously dating other people. And this is typical, not even LA, this is typical life, typical young millennial life. We often have this thing where we're talking to somebody and we ask them these questions when we really don't want to know the answer. And I don't think she was expecting to get the answer. Obviously, she was upset about it, but they're single. They're not exclusive. They're not together. So he was not wrong. It took her a little moment to get it together, but she played it off like she always does. Molly can save her face, but it comes out later, and that's what we'll talk about later. I also want to mention that Molly and Issa have a conversation, and Molly is trying to tell Issa about the guy she's dating and if she's tripping, because obviously this is bothering her. She just found out that this guy is seeing other people. And Issa's like, oh yeah, she looks at her like, oh yeah, girl, I thought y'all was just cool. And Molly wants to talk more, but it's not the place or time. Molly, I will say, when Molly wants to talk, she's very demanding. She will try to make sure that Issa talks. And I would say when the shoe's on the other foot, Molly is not always receptive unless she's emotionally ready. So fast forward to the event. The event is kind of going crazy. Both Condola and Issa are very uncomfortable. And it's kind of showing to where the event is kind of going downhill. The guests are looking uncomfortable. But Issa gets up. She's very charismatic. And she gets up and she saves the event. While she's saving the event, she's having these eye connection moments with Condola. And Condola is basically, she looks kind of worried. It looks like she's concerned if Issa can pull through, despite their little connection. And Issa does. Issa is great about that. So I think that was significant because it kind of showed that Issa actually could, persevere through all of that. Through all of that, and it seems like Condola is the person that is going to struggle with this. So fast forward to the end of the event, and in this moment, the event has been successful. Issa is just, she's on this high, and in comes Molly with this bomb of saying that she loves a situation that gets messy. Now, this is where you may or may not disagree, but I don't think Molly was wrong. I think the delivery was wrong. I think, and the timing, everything, all that was wrong. But the message I thought was pretty correct. And here's why. The thing with Issa is that Issa she's a strong person. She has been through a lot. She's shown growth. Someone said that, we're looking over her growth. She's definitely shown growth. In this situation, this is Lawrence. Lawrence has proven to be that one person and thing that always sets her back, unlike the others. And whereas I think that she is saving face, she's trying to push through for the goal and for the business and the charity, I don't think this is going to end well. I think it's going to blow up in her face. And that's my opinion. I think Molly was basically trying to say that, this is a messy situation. Like, that this is not going to go. And so at this point, you're mixing your feelings for Lawrence and this possible business venture all into one. Now, Molly, on the other hand, where it's wrong is that Molly is obviously upset. She's pushing pushing her messy situation off on Issa. And that's not cool. That's where it becomes a little toxic, and that's where I don't side with Molly. Y'all know Molly always let men control her emotions. This ain't nothing new. I think the message was right. That's the wrong messenger. She's, throwing stones in glass houses at this point. So that's my opinion on that. I really wish Molly did a better job at showing her emotion and not projecting it on others, but clearly that's been her personality from season 1, so it ain't gonna change now. Let's not act surprised. Hopefully, Issa can figure out a way to still be her friend, but also not let it break her. I would like to see Issa successful and move forward and be such a grown woman about everything, but realistically, her character sometimes always goes back to what it knows, and that is men. I really wish I had more hope and faith in Issa, but I don't think Issa's going to be able to push through this like she is trying to. I think that it's going to end up hurting her and this possible business venture in the future. But we're going to see, honey. That's my predictions. That's my opinion. You can give me yours down in the comments. I'm just so glad this show is back. This is like one of my favorite shows, and it was a really good episode. Like, they kicked it off really good. This was, to me, already seems better than season 3. Season 3 was fun, but I think this was going to be like a really good season. I was glad to see some of the people that Issa has casted in the show. Portia Williams, Lavita Alizé Jenkins, Miss Hoochie Mama from Friday. Like, it was just good to see all these people, to see all this black excellence. And it's going to be a good season. So I'm excited. I hope y'all excited. So I'm about to lean out. I want to know what y'all think about what I said in regards to Molly and Issa. Was I right? Was I wrong? Let me know down in the comments. Like, subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.